Welcome to the EPG Pathshala. We are discussing the course on rural development, and as part of this, we are going to discuss the third module on food security and rural livelihood. I am Dr. Suresh Pathare from BPHE Society's Center for Studies in Rural Development, Institute of Social Work and Research, Ahmednagar. In this module, we are going to discuss about rural livelihood, the concept, and also will be able to identify the characteristics and nature of rural livelihood. This module will help us to become more aware about the concept of sustainable rural livelihood also. The overall, after studying this module, we will have some understanding about rural livelihood, we will be able to define livelihood means, and we will also be able to understand the concept of sustainable rural livelihood, which is in much talk in the development arena. Livelihood is the basic concern for all the living beings. Livelihood is, as the word says, something to live. It is one of the basic rights of humans. It is primary condition for human survival, because as the word itself has the meaning life means living, and therefore it is the very primary concern and condition for human survival. Livelihood is both the means and end in life. It means with the livelihood we begin. This is the way to some more survival and living the whole human society. It is a means for happy and successful life. If we have to define the word livelihood, in development field we use it a lot, but we don't really understand what it means. Livelihood can be operationally defined as an economically and socially meaningful and productive engagement or occupations in life. It means economically and socially productive. Socially, you feel that you are useful, you are doing something meaningful for the survival of the society. Secondly, economically it is productive because through the livelihood option, whatever you are doing as an occupation, one side you get tremendous satisfaction out of that. You feel that you are doing something for the society, human existence, and you are also earning from that whatever you are doing for your own survival. So it has dual meaning, socially useful and personally satisfying, and also economically beneficial. So for your survival you need your not only food but other needs, and those needs are fulfilled only with economic benefits, and therefore the livelihood means the activity that you undertake for your survival, for your satisfaction, and as a part of the society that contributing something to the existing of social economic activities and the whole society as a whole. Now, coming after understanding the word livelihood, let's understand what is the rural livelihood means. Rural livelihood concerns about the survival of human beings in the rural area. It is typically different from the urban livelihood. The activities that is done in the rural area are very different from the urban or tribal areas, and therefore there is marked difference between rural, urban and tribal livelihood. What they do as an occupation is different depending on various factors. Urban options are mostly in the secondary and tertiary sectors. When I say the secondary sector, Secondary sectors are like industries and manufacturing units. The first primary sector is agriculture, the raw material that is being produced, and industrial is the processing units. Manufacturing is also a processing unit. These two secondary sectors are mostly in the urban areas. They are not much in a rural area. And the tertiary services like trade or the service sector like hospitals, service sectors like education sector. So these are the sectors in urban area. Rural area, there exists the service sector, there exist the industries, but those are very small micro industries, or we call it like a cottage industries, which are small in scale, which may be household based, which may be run in very small scale, meeting the needs of that village or meeting the very needs of few families. So it may not be that profitable, or it has not been done to the large scale as such, as it is done in the urban area. Livelihood options in the rural areas are primarily agriculture and allied occupations, because agriculture is the primary occupation, main occupation in rural area, and therefore in rural areas all the occupations, the livelihoods are based on primarily on agriculture, and then there are other connected activities with the agriculture. So it is agriculture and agriculture related occupations. Major livelihood activities for rural population. There are a number of activities that are being taken up. As I mentioned, that it is something about the agriculture or agriculture related. The activities like cultivation of food and cash crops. Now this cultivation of food is again for the own survival, and it is also for getting the money out of it. Food is one cultivation, the other cultivation is largely done for profit making or earning more cash. So there are cash crops cultivated as a livelihood, and these cash crops like cotton, like sugarcane, rubber, or etc. And the food crops are cultivated for own consumption, or it is also for selling purpose. Beside these allied activities like fish farming, poultry, and cattle rearing, there is another related allied occupation or livelihood option available in the rural area. Dairying is the another one whereby the rural people can get their livelihood. Dairying, now there is lot of scope and people go for this dairying individually, family based, or sometimes it is done more professionally by forming a SHG or coming together as a group. Beside this, based on this agriculture or agriculture related produces, there is also food processing units in a small scale, bit depending on the availability of fruits, vegetables, or even the pulses. The food processing units are established as a means of livelihood. These units are based on the available agriculture products, and they are processed and often used for the livelihood. Wood industries is another livelihood option or activities that happens or used by the rural population. When I say wood industries, the wood available in the rural area, either it is processed or it is being used for selling, and then related activities with the wood. There are also organized plantation activities at a very large scale. It is also sometimes called the collective farming. This plantation at the large scale being done such as the rubber, tea, cashew, and this kind of organized plantation provides more money. It is often like a cash crop, and it is more for the profit oriented activities. There are a number of factors that affects the rural livelihood. Not that things go as smoothly as it is being said. Even though these activities happens in the rural area, there are a number of activities available. The list of activities, as I mentioned, is just a few. There are other activities also, but not those activities like available for everybody, and that everybody is involved in that. There are a number of factors which really affects the rural livelihood. Those factors includes the personal factors, social factors, cultural factors, geographical factors. Now, when we have to discuss each one of them, starting with the personal factors, most important factor in rural livelihood is the interest of the person or the motivation. Unless the person is motivated enough or personally feels like getting into that particular livelihood option, a person cannot be forced into it. Sometimes you choose to do something because, as I mentioned right in the beginning in the definition, that livelihood is not only that you do for your personal earning, but it is also you do for your satisfaction, and you feel that you are contributing something socially productive. And therefore, the personal factors matters here, and it affects rural livelihood. There are social factors because the rural society is very different from urban society. In rural area, people live in very close neighborhood. They know each other. And besides that, sociologically, the social fabric and the network and the division, everything, the whole of rural sociology is different than urban. There are demographic factors, the population factors, gender factors, family factors like educational, caste and class factors. These are actually the social factors that really affects the livelihood. There are certain livelihood options or occupation, those are banned or those are not open for everybody. Or there are certain occupations, they are open only for particular caste. You are supposed to be doing this and you are supposed to be doing that. So those kind of bans and those kind of sanctions from the society or the village or the rural society matters here a lot, and because of that it also affects the rural livelihood. Even though sometimes you see there is lot of scope, you have personal interest, but just you cannot do it because the caste factor, the religious factors and the class factors are very strong. Social obligation is another factor in social factors. Sometimes you have to do something for the social obligation, because if you don't do it, the village or the rural population where you live in, they will not look at you at very positively, and you will be considered that not following the social norms. And also, like, because you feel good, because others feel good, even though you are not feeling good, you have to do it as a social obligation. There are some factors like inheritance of wealth and the land resources in the rural area. There are landlords who own the land and wealth in the rural area. So automatically this affects and the rural livelihood. Land resources available for one family abundantly, whereas others is landless. So this nature of land holding and the nature of landlessness automatically make you to take the occupation. When you have abundance of land inherited from your family, definitely you will choose to continue in the same occupation because you are into it and you have land available, whereas landless person neither can buy land or get the have the capacity or can take up that occupation. So automatically the person has to take up the allied occupation which is related to agriculture, suiting to the rural area, and which is again benefiting for his own survival. There are cultural factors, as I mentioned, like socio and cultural. These are closely linked. The caste factor I already talked about. Caste factor is also very important one. There are linguistic and regional consideration, that I speak a particular language, which sometimes is beneficial for the person to do that occupation, whereas the regional consideration belong to this place or belong to that place is also another consideration, and of course the religion is another one. Being a particular religion, it is likely that you take up certain livelihood option and you avoid doing certain occupations. So depending on your religion, you chose to do or not to do certain occupations. Other than these cultural factors, there are certain geographical factors which affect the livelihood. Factors like the type of soil where you are, the availability of water, distance from the sea, and the height from the sea level affect all the agriculture and allied activities. For example, the typical black soil is also called as cotton soil. Such a soil, if there, you definitely the people living in that area will go for the cotton or the sugarcane type of, but then crops. But at the same time, when water is not available, you cannot really do that. So the availability of water is also important. So these geographical factors matters when you choose to have a particular type of livelihood. Then you have the climate factors, the possibility of monsoon or possibility of not having enough rain or excessive rain, wind, cyclone, flood conditions, severity of winter, summer, etc. Depending on that, you can choose a particular kind of livelihood. And of course, ecological factors, environmental impacts of rural livelihood. Environment definitely has its impact on what people choose to do. Now, after understanding these factors of livelihood, what is important is we talk much about the sustainable rural livelihood. Whenever we have the question of rural development, when we talk about rural development, we cannot think of rural development without understanding the concept of sustainability. There is much talk about it. The Millennium Development Goals has mention of it, and everywhere we are now talking about and thinking about the sustainable development. And therefore, here we briefly discuss about what the sustainable rural livelihood means. Sustenance and sustainability are the key issues of rural livelihood. Livelihood for your survival. It means for your sustenance. Whatever you do it for your survival, that's sustenance. And it has to be continued continuously, undisturbed, and it should continue to provide you for your sustenance. But when the when the activities of livelihood, they become like economical activities. They in rural areas, these economic activities rise from the level of sustenance to surplus generation, or when you are doing the activities for more and more profit making, then automatically it becomes commercialized. And when you get the sense of commercialization, there arises the question of sustainable livelihoods. The commercialization, the very concept of sustainable development and commercializations are two different things. In the commercialization, you start exploiting the existing nature, environment, and whatever the available resources, because it is not the question of only sustenance, but it is having more, earning more, getting more, exploiting, and also extracting. So you don't think about what happens to the resources, whether we are really contributing, whether we are maintaining the resources, whether we are really thinking about the future generation. You don't think about that, but only the issue is that how commercially we are using the available resources. And in rural area, the whole thing is depending on the environment, the agriculture, the land, water. So these are the natural resources, and everything depends on these natural resources. When you are your livelihood depend on the natural resources, it has to be used, and it has to be actually we must this must sustain for the longer period, because it is not long lasting and it cannot be created. Natural resources are natural. Our duty and our job is how we can sustain these resources, how we can preserve these resources. So whether it is water, whether it is soil, whether it is land, whether it is forest and trees, whether it is plants, all has to be sustained, because all the livelihood options that we discussed in the first list, they all are related with the nature, they all are related with the trees, water, land, and soil, and the forest. So therefore, the concept of sustainable rural livelihood is that we do choose the livelihood option and occupations that exploits less of the natural resources, and not for commercialization, but we are using it for the sustenance of me, sustenance of us, and sustenance of the whole biological system, the ecological system, and the environment as a whole. Now, the sentence that is important, that commercialization of the agriculture should be encouraged only under the organic farming condition. We are not saying that sustainability is against the commercialization, or commercialization if we take up, then this sustainable is being challenged. There could be commercialization of agriculture. However, it must be done very cautiously, without harming the nature and without harming the natural resources, because we have to preserve the natural resources, and this organic farming conditions can carry on with the commercialization. We can earn more, we can have the more profit, we can earn money, but in all this process, the things like organic farming must be promoted, and that is how all the livelihood activities related with the agriculture, if we consider this sustainability as an important issue and think about the future generation, then definitely the livelihood will more sustainable. Otherwise, the villages, the rural economy will collapse. And therefore, we understand that sustainable rural livelihood is very important issue for today's development arena, and especially for the rural development. Now, having discussed this, what we need to do is, just to sum up, or to understand the overall issue of rural livelihood, what we did today, initially we tried to understand the concept of livelihood. Concept of livelihood is not only survival. It is about survival, but beyond that, it is also social and it is also economical. Social because whatever you do, you survive on that and you are contributing to the society, and thirdly, you are earning money out of that. But when this whole things happens, you feel very satisfied and productive about it. The rural livelihood we discussed, that is very different from the urban and tribal livelihood. Tribal livelihood depends on the forest and forest produces. Their whole activities are entirely different. Whereas urban livelihood options are more depends on secondary and tertiary sector. The primary sector is in rural area. Primary sector which is based on very raw material, the agriculture which is being produced, and the related activities, the resources that exist in the rural area are natural resources, and therefore not much of industry, not much of manufacturing, not much of technology, but the land, agriculture, water, forest and livestock. So related to that, livestock activity and the natural activities related to land, etc. are being taken up in rural area. So agriculture primarily, then agriculture related activities whereby livelihood comes. There are basic small units of food processing. There are also basic small units where manufacturing take place, but largely primary sector. And besides that, we have also identified some of the important factors that affects the rural livelihood. And for that, there are a number of factors that we discussed. There are personal factors, there are social factors, there are religious factors, cultural factors, geography is involved, and then this number of other factors which really make the person to choose a particular livelihood option and not to choose the other one. Then after having discussed all these factors, we also discussed about very briefly the concept of sustainability and how important it is to have the sustainable livelihood for rural development. If rural development has to be really considered and intervention needs to be developed for the rural development, then definitely we need to go for sustainable livelihood. And meaning of sustainable livelihood, we discussed that sustenance and commercialization, these are the two different and separate concepts. We need to understand that enough for sustenance, not enough for commercialization. For commercialization, we always need more and more and more, and this concept of more is more exploitative, whereby we exploit the natural resources, extract whatever is available without thinking about what happens of tomorrow, and then there it becomes unsustainable, and that is the end of those resources: extraction, exploitation, and finishing off whatever is available. And therefore we need to have whatever the livelihood options, we need to have them as more sustainable, and then only we can have the sustainable rural development. I recommend you to read the e-text carefully, and at the end we have given some references. Please go through it, and definitely I am sure that you will have the good understanding about the food security and rural livelihood. Thank you.